Yeah, that was weak.
Folks, we have a very special guest for you tonight.
Hello, we've been expecting you.
This is not a test. Your government and corporate overlords have implemented new measures for your own health and safety. We are just following orders.
Everything is going to be fine.
I'd like to introduce
Welcome everyone to another If I Whiskey. Jake, what's going on, man?
Nothing, dude. Nothing. Not a lot. It's been a hell of a week. We actually still have sunshine up here in Washington, and it's February, so I'm enjoying it while I can.
Nice. Well, apparently nothing is going on because we had very many people scheduled. And now we have you and I, so this is great. So before we continue, please, before we continue, Tucker Carlson is on right now with Ron Paul. So make sure you jump off. No, please join us on Rumble X, on your channel on X.
Yeah, if Tucker has Ron Paul on right now on Rumble, it's like the universe's middle finger. First, we had two guests that were awesome guests that were signed up, agreed to a debate. Then last night, one of them had to bail. Then today, the other one bails. And then Tucker has Ron Paul on. It's like, all right. I mean, I wish we could just join their show and link up with them.
You know, I think that would be the best. So Tucker, please. I mean, Tucker, Ron, I've been to your barbecue. Ronnie, baby, Bubala. Come on, get us in there, man. So
Airheads,
what's been going on with you this week, man? It's been a pretty crazy week. So
crash the studio Airhead style.
There we go. I'll do from Brendan Fraser part.
There you go. I'll do the Adam Sandler part. No, it's been a good week. My daughter, any week that I get my daughter is awesome. I have my daughter this week. Just been running around doing a lot of stuff. Kind of one of our guests that was coming on today did Jack Danger was going to be coming on. He did a really cool piece on this whole Guthrie kidnap thing, and I purposefully stayed out of it because it's kind of everywhere, and truthfully I just don't really care. But he did this really interesting, like 6 degrees of separation, and he connected them to the Clintons, and I found it to be pretty fascinating. That was on his Monday show. So shout out to Jack if you want to go back and watch Secret America. It was an interesting take, but it seems like there was some dots to connect. So that's been my eye-opening week. I did watch today that there was a rule vote in the House, and Massey voted against the rule vote, and everybody, all the typical, paid opposition comes out and says, "Oh, Massey voted against the SAVE Act. Oh my God." And of course he set the record straight, and then they held the actual SAVE Act vote and he voted for it. So as per usual, they owe him an apology or 12. So that's been the week.
Watching Massey work, man. Watching Massey work's great. He's like, there's some weird stuff about this whole stuff. We got so much stuff that's happened. I mean, it's like, I can't even keep up. And to your point, I have not watched the Savannah Guthrie thing, but I did watch Ian Carroll today, and I watched his last one, and he brought up a guy's name that blew my mind. Have you heard of a guy named Brock Pierce? Do you know who this guy is?
I haven't, but Ian also just made a tool for searching the Epstein files that I need to check out.
Yes.
But yeah, go for it.
Yeah, called Webb. Right.
Yeah.
It's funny. I thought it was after Whitney Webb. It's actually after Gary Webb, which is more funny. But because Whitney, obviously, the stuff that he keeps touting her stuff. So this is the thing. Brock Pierce is an actor. He was a child actor who was in like the Mighty Ducks.
Okay.
And now he's like a super huge crypto bro.
What?
And he's listed in the Epstein files, like casual emails without email, like subject headings, like super cash, like they know what each other's talking about without saying anything. Oh. It's not even cryptic, dude. And I met him at Ron Paul's barbecue. Everybody was going nuts over this guy because he's like a crypto guy. He's like a Bitcoin guy. He founded Tether. He founded Tether. So once again, I don't even know who's on whose side anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I hear this guy's at Ron Paul's barbecue. Everybody's chumming up to this guy, right? Oh my God, it's Brock Pierce. It's Brock Pierce. I was like, oh my God, it's Brock Pierce. I had to look, like, personally, I don't know everybody, so I have to look people up because I'm a fucking idiot. But I looked him up, I'm like, holy shit, it's Brock Pierce. You know what I mean? And then here it is. Boom. Revelations, you know?
That's the thing though, man. Like there are no sides anymore. Like everybody's on their own side.
Yeah, it is. It does seem to be a level side, like it's levels, right? It seems to be levels,
Yeah.
not like left versus right. It definitely seems, and it's funny because like it's almost like communism got the problem right, but it doesn't have a solution. You know what I mean? It's almost like there definitely is a class issue here, right? Like we've got the haves and the have-nots. I mean, you got the people really can get away with almost anything. And
Yeah.
then, us, right? Dexter Taylor, for example, sitting in jail right now.
Oh no, I get that. There are double standards, like rules for thee, not for me, for sure.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what I mean. I don't mean it like in the rise up against the proletariat bullshit. You know?
Yeah, I was lost you for a second, but I follow you. I get you.
I just mean it in like it's kind of like funny because I think a lot of ideologies find pain points of problems in current systems.
Yeah.
It's just that their solutions are shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
how do you
sure.
resolve it? Oh, make it worse. Okay, great, thank you. I'll say no to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, well, I wanted to kick off the show today just because we don't have it. I want to kick off the show. Can we do some calisthenics?
Yeah, let's do some jumping
You
jacks.
do a little exercise. Okay, all right, everyone, focus. All right, all right, breathe in, breathe out. All right,
Arms
we're gonna do
straight out.
just a little bit of
small
calisthenics
circles and big circles.
And then at the end, we're going to take a big breath on the front of a bow of a ship, get our oxygen back in us. Okay. Just taking the salt air. All right. All right. Here we go, guys.
This is Karate Man. Double leg. The jump kick.
Jesus.
The side kick. The roundhouse. The tie kick. Body.
Dude, Rick James said it best. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I just love how it stops there. I just can't, man. Dude, this guy's a joke. Like, I'm not rage watching him. I'm not watching him at all. I have like zero interest.
Was that dodgeball movie? I can't remember which one it was with Ben Stiller, like where the very last scene of the movie is like, can you deal with that? And he's in the camera. I think it was dodgeball.
It
could
might have been
one of
dodgeball.
but that's what that reminds me of. Like just like home karate in front of the camera,
Yeah,
jacked up
totally.
on marching powder. It's like, all right, bro. All right.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Marsha to like just nail him with a freaking softball underhand. Oh
Yeah.
man. What a joke, dude.
I mean,
We don't need to talk much about it, but come on. This is unbelievable with what's been exposed after he's like, you liberal black pillars, blah, 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 blah.
well, now he's back on Fox News. They hired him back.
Mm-hmm. And Brent's like, called it. And we're like, yeah, dude, we know. We knew he's coming back. If he's not Jesse Wooders. Anyway, so
Brent
the start.
does have quite the crystal ball. Shout out to Brent Freeman. He has quite
Brent.
quite the crystal ball.
Very good. Yeah, it's a pattern recognition thing. And it's like, you have to be bold to be like, I can make a jump connection because it's the only real way it could go. You know, it's like physics is going to go down. Gravity's going to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like it has to go this way because it can't not go the way, you know what I mean? The way they draw it. So,
Yep.
All right. So what else? What do you got today, man? Any final thoughts on Boingo? Bongino?
I have zero thoughts about that dude other than he has played right into the playbook like we all thought he would. You know, it's obvious. It's funny to watch like the MAGA, the red cap heads just fall in line and be and play the game, like completely buy everything that's put in front of him. And for him to, I mean, I think he's gonna have like a Kimmel situation, honestly, where like, yeah, his numbers are high right now. He's celebrating. He's like the highest rated. Sure, cool. it's like watching a car crash. You know, like you got to watch. But I think you fast forward 30 days from now, maybe 3 months from now, I think everybody's going to be tired of his shit by then. And who knows, we'll probably be at war with Iran and we'll have bigger shit to worry about.
Yeah, it might be coming. Speaking of Iran, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you mentioned Iran.
Did you like that segue I offered you?
I do. This is beautiful. Well, you know, I'm blown away because we actually do have a special guest in the green room. I don't know if I told you guys about this, but we do have someone who just wants to rant for like 1 minute and 4 seconds. I mean, or something around that time, you know, something just just some general number, not an exact number, not exactly 1 minute, 4 seconds. But do you think I should bring him up? Should we bring him up?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's bring. Okay, now we're a couple minutes in, we're warmed up. Let's bring him in. All right, let's bring him in.
About Iran either. Sorry. Throw him out if you don't like him. It has nothing to do with me. And the fact that the idea that I have to give a flying fuck, you should be standing with Iran. Shut the fuck up. Will you shut the fuck up? If they want to throw the bums who run Iran out, throw them the fuck out. But the idea that the United States of America, when people can't afford houses and they can't afford health care, spends all its fucking time talking about the Middle East and fucking Arabs and Jews and religion and the fucking temple and slaughtering the heifer and Iran and Sunnis and Shiites. Get what the fuck is going on? Truly. What the fuck is going on? That we're told, well, is Iran Sunni or Shia? What is happening? Okay? Our own country is being destroyed and it's going down the toilet.
All right. So
I'm telling you, man, he's a national treasure. I love him so much.
Dude, it's so funny, but look at our comments. While this happened, some douchebag wrote something and got banned. And now this guy wrote, "You're a dumbass, dude." We started tracking some fucking Zionist shit in our fucking
I think the dumbass one was sticking up for us, but
oh, is that what it is? Okay. Well,
so.
not me. Not me's looking. Hold on. Let's see. Now history.
Derek's
okay.
back.
What's going on? That was so. Oh, Derek's back. Hey, Derek. That's 3 weeks in a row, man. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
we got to connect with Derek. Yeah, but who's this Bud Russell?
I don't do this show for them. I do this show for me.
I know. No, isn't that hilarious though? Like, I've never seen that. We've never gotten someone banned off for comments.
If I don't have a place to rant like this, I will spontaneously combust. So this is important, whether it's nobody watching or 1 million people watching. I couldn't care less.
You know what? I honestly, if I wasn't on doing this, I'd be in a chat or in some spaces yelling at something, I'm sure.
For sure.
So we welcome all dissenters, pro-centers, undissenters, whatever you are, centers. I don't know, whatever that is. So, dude, he's hilarious, man. Dylan is he's so rich, dude.
I see your Tim Dillon. I'll raise you one.
All right.
I saw this clip. I was watching his show yesterday and I saw this, and it just, if you want to see, like, back to the Bongino thing, if you want to see like perjury in real time, this is an amazing thing to watch here. I got to share this with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Share away.
Let's take a look now. Everyone in the world now knows that there was 100% a human trafficking operation where Jeffrey Epstein was procuring girls for wealthy and powerful people. Everybody knows that. Friend of the show, Kash Patel, let's see what he got at
Friend of the show.
Who, if anyone,
My favorite.
did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one
For the information that we have
in the file.
in the case.
Did he have to borrow that blazer from a female agent before he put it on? The blazer,
I believe so. I
He
think
had
it
to wear
wasn't a medium, so he didn't want to wear it.
It was tailored just for his curves.
Oh my god, I died laughing last night. I just love how Tim does not give a fuck.
That's funny. Yeah, he does not, dude. He just does not. This is funny. I didn't know that about Steel Derek here. Live in a blue state?
A blue state and a red state?
Oh. Well, you kind of you live in two blue, right? Or like a blue and a purple? No, I guess you're two blues. Blue purple?
I live in two blue
me?
states, but the part of
Yeah.
Oregon that I live in is purple, if not a little maroon. It's definitely not blue.
Yeah.
Although they
And
did have a
NorCal's
funny-
got more of a red to it, right?
What's that?
NorCal has a more redness to it, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's very much like NorCal where I'm at. But no, they had a couple like ICE protests in that town. And everybody just kind of laughs at them. So I mean, it's purple, but it's more red.
Right.
They all just kind of like, oh, okay, you're cute. Keep doing that.
Oh wow. How about
Massachusetts
that?
and South Carolina. Derek, you got to come on and tell us, like, how do you go back and forth between Massachusetts and South
What's
Carolina?
going
And
on? How did you find us? I'm curious how we even crossed paths. How did our ships cross in the night? This is cool, man. Anyway, so Massachusetts, South Carolina. So you got to deal with Lindsey Graham and Nikki Haley.
Right.
And then you got to deal with who the hell's up in Massachusetts? Did you see the congresswoman that's like, these people are fucking sick? Did you see that one?
No.
That was pretty good. Yeah, it's some Congress lady, because she came out of the skiff and she basically like dropped the F-bomb. And you're like, whoa, that's like serious stuff for that to happen. So wow, we had Tim Dillon as a special guest twice today. That was pretty impressive. I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, what are your thoughts about this whole Kash Patel? You know, they only had 3 million, and there's 3 million more redacted, but not a single shred of anything that we've even seen from what he's seen possibly could have any questions about them.
Well, the fact that the deputy attorney general or assistant attorney general, whatever, second in charge behind Bondi, came out and unredacted the file after Massey went and found it, called it out, posted it, and said that they're covering this up. They're lying. He does some like weird two-step where he's, oh, well, there were victims' names on there, so that's why we didn't. It's like, nobody asked you to unredact the victims' names. Like, you know exactly what you're doing. So finally he unredacts it, and it's Les Wexner. Sorry. The
and 5 other people that broke.
The guy that was funding all the Epstein stuff. I think Victoria's Secret mogul.
The home in Ohio.
Yeah. Well,
Victoria's, the Limited, right? Abercrombie and Fitch or whatever. I don't want to misspeak. If I misspeak, I don't want to misspeak the ones, but the ones that are. Yeah.
He was listed as a co-conspirator. So he's listed in the documents as a co-conspirator, and Kash Patel goes on and says no evidence he trafficked to anybody else, no evidence anybody else was involved. The key thing though with that is the evidence we have part. That's the gangster like.
But that is the evidence they had.
Oh, for sure. But they're gonna make something about like it was in transit. It wasn't in my office.
Right.
I didn't actually have it.
Right. The DOJ had it. I didn't have it in my possession at the time.
It's going to be a word game for sure. But I mean, that
it is.
None of this is surprising. It's interesting how it's like, the bigger they are, the harder they fall kind of thing. They've fought for so long to keep this hidden. And it's like the crack in the dam, and there's another crack, and the crack's getting bigger. And it's to the point where this stuff's just gonna come out. And it's obviously too, I mean, it should have been done a long time ago. I wouldn't say too late. I mean, it's never too late, but this stuff's going to come out, and it's going to be ugly when it does. And I'm going to love it. I'm going to love every second of it. All these guys need to fucking burn.
I don't want to be the one burning them as an NAP guy. It's like very hard for me to do that, but I do need to see them burn. Like if I caught them in the act of that, I definitely would trade my liberty for that child's liberty. That was,
well, I mean, if it's proven, or if there's some sort of hard evidence that something was done, I mean, they hurt other people. They need to be punished. That's all to it.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. So, all right, JFK Demo. So we're just having a fun time here. You mentioned we brought Epstein files are up. So I brought another guest from Colombia. He doesn't speak very good English. We got a translator for this one.
No, I got to see this one.
Thank goodness. I mean, the guy, they type really fast. It's really good. They translate, and it's like Google Translate. It's really fast. But this is about Epstein. This is about, like, all these countries that deserve us to free and liberate them. even though we just replace the figurehead and keep the same system in place. It's very interesting. So like we took care of Venezuela, like that was dope. Come on, man. Like this is so quick. But we got another country to take care of, and let's go next door to Venezuela, shall we? Let's do this.
Un clan de pedófilos quiere acabar la democracia en Colombia. Duro, sí. Pero ahí está la realidad. Y para que no salga la lista, entonces nos envían acorazados a matar pescadores de esta ciudad. Y amenazar al vecino que si dictador o no, ¿cómo que el pueblo de Colombia va a aplaudir que invadan a su hermano, que no es el presidente, sino el pueblo de Venezuela? ¿Cuándo? Seríamos así de traidores y de vendidos, de que nuestra propia sangre la traicionamos, o el pueblo del Ecuador, o el pueblo de Panamá, o el pueblo de Venezuela no es nuestro propio pueblo.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
right.
so good.
Isn't that fucking great?
That's so good.
Hey, America, fuck off. You got your own fucking problems. How about
Right.
that?
Yeah.
I love
They're
that.
doing something right in South America, man, between Argentina and Colombia.
And with all due, none of that shit affects us. So like, regardless of good or bad, let it fucking be, man. Be a
Yep.
fucking Beatles song for once.
Well, I read some statistic, and this is all alleged because I didn't do the homework on it, but it said something about like what's being covered up is like 95% of the time supposedly that Trump's mentioned in the Epstein files has been covered up. It's like, I mean, I could buy that. Like, I'm sure. I mean, I knew it was some. I don't know if it's 95%, but I'm sure it's some.
Yeah.
By the way,
crazy, so.
my wife texted me and told me that my Ben Stiller reference was from Meet the Parents, not Dodgeball. So I fucked that one up.
Okay. Meet the Parents is good. You want some of that? Is that
But
what-
still,
something like
that's what Dan Bongino reminded me of. was
Totally.
that.
Absolutely, man. So speaking of Spanish, do you have any thoughts about the halftime versus TPUSA thing? I personally don't, but did you come across any heat or any like waves of people going, no, it's great. It's horrible.
Here's what I think. It's all fake outrage. It's an excuse to sell something. It's an excuse to get your product in front of somebody. The TPUSA thing was nothing but an infomercial. I'm not a fan of that kind of music. I couldn't care less, really. I wasn't look, the Prince halftime show wasn't for me. The Timberlake and Janet at halftime show wasn't for me. The Kendrick Lamar halftime show wasn't for me. Like, it's not like this is the first time that it's been one that everybody's like, oh, I don't know about. But the fact that they took a football stadium and like turned it into basically a house party in that amount of time, and like the sheer feat of the visual of it was awesome. I thought that was great. Not my kind of music, not my thing. I did flip off and watch a little bit of YouTube and stuff, and the TPUSA thing was streaming live on YouTube. I turned that on for 30 seconds, and it was just such a blatant, like, it's like saying the Pledge of Allegiance at volume 10. Like, I couldn't do it. And so I went back and watched the last part of the halftime show, waiting for the game to start. And look, I was going to be upset about it, but then I just went on living my life. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. I don't know. Like, it was a cool show. It looked pretty cool. I mean, I caught just the end of it. I didn't watch the game, really, to be honest. Like, I got to
Wasn't much of a game
time with my girlfriend.
half. Wasn't much of a game.
You know what I mean?
Even the first
Right.
quarter.
Right. I got to spend quality time with my girlfriend, like not have to watch a game and the commercials and all that. Cause like we know that it's all slowly gone downhill. But ever since Prince did Purple Rain in the Rain, man, there just hasn't been the same. There's, maybe they should just put like a pin in the halftime show. No, but it was fine. And what cracks me up though is like they're talking about the debauchery that Bad Bunny is. And you're like, he like officiated a wedding or something in it. Or something. That's what I heard. And I'm like, okay, does that sound like debauchery? Like promoting a wedding? I don't It doesn't sound like debauchery to me.
No, I mean, he even
So-
he did his part. He did his political thing at the very end. He's like, something defeat hate with love, and he listed off all these countries together. We are America together. It's like he did his
Yeah,
his
he did his thing.
commercial thing
Yeah,
he's supposed to do for sure.
he did. Sure.
I
It was
just
fine.
I think anybody who was
Okay.
really that truly upset about it, I think they just need to look in the mirror and like realize, what are you spending so much energy on? There's no reason to get that upset over it.
Yeah, I do like the subtitle idea. I like that. And also, by the way, wasn't it a Jay-Z production?
Oh yeah,
So,
that's
like,
the
you
other
knew
thing.
that was going to be
That's the other thing.
crazy. Like,
They should have whoever did the subtitles on your last video from Columbia do the halftime show. That would have been perfect.
that would have been great.
They
You know,
would've
and
been able to keep
honestly,
up. With
imagine
the,
if
like,
they
the
just threw that in.
bouncing ball on the words.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But subtitles are hard though too, because music has a cadence and rhyming like English doesn't translate to Spanish. That's why
Yeah.
that's why all German music sucks. Because like none of the words
That's
rhyme,
why?
they're all just guttural shit. Unless it's David Hasselhoff, of course, or Rammstein, right? Of course.
It's like watching if you're watching like a stand-up comedy special with the subtitles on, it's the word like the punchline pops up before they say it. It's like, oh my god, I
Yes.
can't watch this.
Yeah, I do get like, I think it's just really difficult. Now, maybe if they did the subtitles even in Spanish, so you could kind of read along with it, like, because like it is the words. Like, come on, you can't do K and QUE or something. Like, we're not that fucking dumb, are we, America? Come on. I mean,
Yes.
well, we are.
Well,
But
and
I do want to
like I
see
said,
that. Just
I'm here in
Oh.
Seattle, so when after the game was off, like there were cannons going off and fireworks and all kinds of shit going off in my neighborhood.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so that makes sense. But this is an interesting. Puerto Rico can vote for statehood. I looked this up. They actually did vote for statehood. 57% of them voted for it, but Congress still has to approve it, which they haven't. So just so
they
everyone
won't.
knows that Puerto Rico actually did vote for the statehood in 2024. I looked that up. So
They
I
should
said
be
that.
a state, but Greenland will be a state before Puerto
They
Rico.
should pay their fucking taxes. No, I'm sorry.
not
Let
gonna
me
do it.
change that. No one should pay their fucking taxes.
Exactly.
Let me change.
I mean,
it, right?
Guam, Puerto Rico, the Virgin, all those things, all those territories should be states before Greenland, but you know how it's going to go.
You know how it's going to be, man. So look, we're having an impromptu. If you guys have any questions in the chat, we got a couple people back and forth. Derek and James, is it?
Speaking of the
James-
chat, our
Yeah.
friend Rich, who's normally in the show, in the
Yeah.
chat, shout out to Rich. My heart goes out to him. He lost his father on Monday.
Oh,
Kind of an unexpected
sorry.
thing. Went in the hospital for one procedure. Some other stuff happened. It went downhill, and it ended pretty quickly. And I feel really bad for the guy. So, keep your head up, Rich. It's got to be a tough situation. Also, I don't know if you saw it, James Vanderbeek died today.
yeah, I was going to bring that up. Thoughts
Well,
and
sorry
well,
to step
first
on
of all,
it.
thoughts and prayers to Rich.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
his family, for sure, because like that's just awful. It's just heartbreaking. So, yeah, and James Vanderbeek is literally the co-host of the greatest music video of all times, and it's
Which one?
Kesha Blow. Kesha's Blow video. Look
Oh
it
my
up
God.
today after we're done. James Vanderdouche is hilarious. Vanderdead. Dude, it is the funniest. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think I have. I mean, I try and
Okay.
avoid catching videos as much as
I know.
possible.
Most people do. Trust me. It's just funny. It's one of the funniest ones I've ever seen. I think you'd enjoy it. So,
I mean, I'll check it out just to see it.
Yeah.
My wife was telling me that like she turned the TV on this morning. I don't know if like I think it's Hulu. Like you'll turn it on, and if somebody dies, it'll be like in remembrance of, and they list all the movies from those like now streaming. She turned the TV on like this morning, and it was in remembrance of Vanderbeek. She's like, "Wait, what?" And I guess he just died this morning. So to be able
Yeah.
to like somebody at Hulu marketing is on their game.
yeah, well, they had that death pool. And
True.
he was in Masked Singer, and he had that cancer, and
Yeah.
heart goes out
Yeah.
too. He seemed to be a really great guy. I'd been hunting him down to try to get him on a podcast forever. Cause like ever since that music video, obviously, like he's one that I found he like made fun of him, not made fun of himself, but he was light about people making fun of like the Dawson Creek
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's like, that's what I did. Like he leaned into it without like, You know how people get all worked up about like George Costanza character or, whatever. They get typecast.
Yeah, he was down
was
to earth for
cool.
sure. I mean, I hate to
Yeah.
break it to you. I don't think you're going to get him on a podcast now.
I think I might. You'd be surprised. You know the skills I got. I got people. I talk to people, man. Maybe we'll do
You
it.
got the network.
Ooh-ha. I'll talk to a psychic medium or two. We can do it.
Speaking of Ron Paul and Tucker,
Yes.
did you have some Ron Paul to share with us?
I think we have another special guest. I think Ron Paul might be joining us right now.
America, wake up. A recent poll shows that 70% of the voters in this country do not want our government going to war without an official approval from the Congress. Yes, sounds good, but it's been going on for a long time. Ever since World War II, we have never had a declaration of war, and yet we have spent trillions of dollars, and we continue to do it, and we're broke. This is what bugs me, is how can you do this when you're broke? It's only through the debasement of a currency that is artificially strong. The Constitution is on our side. The budget is on our side. We don't have the money. And you know what? Just good common sense would tell us that we should never go to war without the approval of the people with a vote in the Congress. And we need to send that message to Congress.
God bless that man.
That is the angriest I've ever seen him.
But for a good
He
reason.
seemed
I mean, he's everything he says.
completely angry. Did you see how
Correct.
absolutely out of his mind he was?
Yes. Yes.
What a gentle, beautiful soul, man.
That's the
Who
thing,
just
though. I mean,
speaks truth.
we're in the land of zero accountability. Like, there is no accountability. They do whatever they want to do. There's no, I mean, I'm curious to see. I don't know if you saw, looks like Bill and Hillary are going to be doing a not deposition, but they're going to testify in front of Congress, I think, in a couple weeks. Les Wexner is going to, I think, later this week. But it's all theater. Like, they're not gonna say anything that's incriminating. They're gonna say just enough to check the box that they went. And just like Ron Paul's saying, like, we go to war, we spend how many trillions of dollars on all these wars, and we don't do anything to actually declare it. It's like the Constitution is completely sidestepped, and it's going to be a tough road back, man. If we can find the road, it's going to be a tough road back. There's definitely needs to be some accountability.
And that's really the crazy part is you and I even say that the paper on which the Constitution is written is shit. It's like, you don't write my fucking rights down. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
we're glad that it's the only country that actually has some semblance of that written down. Let's not kid ourselves. Okay. We know that, but for all intents and purposes, get the fuck out of here with your paper. Okay.
If they're inherent rights endowed by the creator, they don't need to be written down.
We'll take what we can get. Can we fucking roll it back a little bit? Like all the way, but can we start somewhere? Can we just stop the bleeding? You know what I mean? Maybe just stop printing an extra dollar. Like, can we just balance budget? Let's go back to just balance a budget. Just one fucking budget, please. Pass an audit. Can we do one thing?
Yeah.
One thing financially, just one thing that shows that we can do this.
Still not going to happen.
It's still not, man. It's such a shame. All right.
By the way,
hey, if anybody has any questions out there, I do like this Ron and Willie Nelson podcast idea.
Another Wednesday come and gone, and no Alp sponsorship. So,
is that another? Oh man,
I'm gonna keep hammering on that.
Well, that's because Tucker's on with Ron Paul right now, so he's not taking our calls anytime.
He's not tuned into If I Whiskey tonight.
Well, the good news is, like, even though we've had a couple of hiccups, little bumps along the road, we've had a late Rechtenwald, a couple cancel. It just happened. This is how it happens. We do have the great Scott Horton next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm very excited for that.
And it's not going to be 10 hours,
right? No, it won't be. But have you ever spoken with Scott yet?
I've never spoken with Scott. No, I'm about halfway through his book, and I've seen him on Dave's show and some other shows. I watched him on your show here previously, but no, I've never had the pleasure. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be great. So anybody in the chat next week, 2/18 at 7 p.m. though. Remember, it's an hour earlier, just because Scott's schedule. So you got to get home early. So you got to make sure you take care of it. This is another military complex, and we're going to stop.
Correct. I'll be in Oregon next week, so that won't be a problem.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So Smedley Butter had that right. Ben Franklin was a pimp. And I found this out. Did you know he didn't even have syphilis? You know how you hear those stories about him always having the syphilis?
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't diseased, allegedly.
No.
Who knew? I thought he was freaking riddled with disease.
I like your Smedley Butler shout out. That's a good book too.
Yeah. War's a
And-
Racket, right?
And it's
like
not
30
very big.
pages.
It's very small.
No, it's almost like a pamphlet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like if they should have them at the doctor's office. Just
It's
to
like
have it
Atomic
handed out.
Pain writing.
It's beautiful, you know.
No, it's
So,
amazing.
I love it.
I've read it a few times, and it's I'll read it in public, or I have read it in public, and I get some looks like, what? And I'm like, oh, you don't know what you're missing. This is good stuff.
All right. So here's an interesting one. I'm going to pull this one up. This one's completely out of the blue. So it's a total pivot, 90-degree turn. You own a home, possibly more than one, or you own a property, possibly more than one.
Yeah.
You understand about home prices and investing in your home and how it grows, but it does seem like it's gotten out of hand, correct? I'm
A
going to
little
play this
bit.
from Trump, and I want to get your thoughts on. There's a lot of thoughts to it because it's going to open up the can of how we got here and all this other stuff. But I just want to hear your thoughts after I play this, if I may. So once again, thank you everyone for joining us. We're going to kick this off here. I've got Mr. President.
Said though is again, existing housing, people that own their homes, we're going to keep them wealthy. We're going to keep those prices up. We're not going to destroy the value of their homes so that somebody that didn't work very hard can buy a home. We're going to make it easier to buy. We're going to get interest rates down. But I want to protect the people that for the first time in their lives feel good about themselves. They feel like they've, that they're wealthy people. And I want them to understand it. There's so much talk about, we're going to drive housing prices down. I don't want to drive housing prices down. I want to drive housing prices up for people that own their homes. And they can be assured that's what's going to happen.
He's going to make sure
Somebody
that
failed
only the people who have
economics.
houses now keep the value in their house while new things being built are at historical low building costs so they can afford those. How
No, the answer, Mark, is they're going to drop the interest rates. They're going to print more money and debase our currency even farther. And then they're going to do 50-year mortgages to enslave people that can't afford shit and pretend like 2008 never happened. And we're going to sell a bunch of houses to people who can't afford them at low interest rates and lock them in for their whole fucking
entire
life.
lives.
And that's the solution. It's not cut
Oh, man.
spending and stop printing money. That can never come into the equation. We're just going to make 50-year mortgages and we're going to have lower interest rates just to hook you for the whole time your heart's beating. You're going to owe.
You just can't make this up. Like, what? And then there's a good point here. I think it's what's Ronald Reagan says, "Hi, we're from the government and we're here to help."
Absolutely.
That's yeah. So, dude, keeping prices high for the people who earned it and yet make housing affordable. Those two things, I don't know how much more diametrically opposed those two things are, but I don't think those mix literally at all in any way.
It's the perfect Trump talking out of his ass, because obviously, like, it's going to scare people if you say, we want, housing prices need to come down so they're more affordable. You're going to scare all the people that are donors, that all the people that own their homes that don't want to lose the value. You're going to, so he's got to lie and say, oh no, we need to keep them up. We're not going to, he has to do that. But it's pretty bad when he can't even get a coherent, like, basic economics thought out that makes any sense.
Yeah. Speaking of economics, once again, Ron Paul is talking with Tucker. But I mean, this is crazy. Like, economic. How do people not understand this stuff? Like, in the slightest bit. So in case people don't know, the dollar used to be worth 100 cents. Like, literally $1, 100 pennies used to be worth that value. Since 1913, that has been devalued to, what is it, 1.7 to 2.3 cents on the dollar?
So crazy.
So we're talking about a 97, 98% devaluation of the currency that is on the precipice of being at least challenged by some kind of BRICS-backed currency as the global currency, while we have $1 trillion in debt accrued per year, while we're still accruing over $1 trillion in debt. Additionally, we're printing, what are we, $1 trillion every 100 days now? So we're at 40. We're getting to 40.
I think it was Clayton Morris when we had him on was talking about the strong arm move, basically like taking Venezuela's oil fields to keep oil being traded in dollars is their way to keep that fiat currency going, so the BRICS can't come in until they can impose the central banking, the CBDC.
Right.
Like that's the move.
It's like a stopgap, almost like they're just trying to bridge it, right?
Yeah,
and keep it going until they can replace it.
Until
and it's scary, man. I don't know.
Starts.
I honestly don't know. And look, the leaders of the fucking banks are the ones raping fucking children. So yeah, that sounds good. I love investing my money with fucking pedophiles all day. That's my favorite thing.
We were on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Maybe not. Okay. That's that's what someone would say if they had a weird opinion. That opinion is so wrong to have that opinion that pedophiles run the banks. Like that was such a bad thing to say. How
this
dare
one right
you?
here? Like
I will not have that kind of talking here.
James is 100% right that, but again, this is one of those things like, to be the old man here, like this is stuff they should be teaching in school. Like they should be teaching in economics class what fiat currency is and what the gold standard is, instead of it just being like a checkbox on a test, or a Scantron or whatever you want to call it. Like there's no education. Like people are graduating and they're like a 5th grade reading level, so they're definitely not going to learn what fiat currency is.
Mm-hmm. Totally, and they don't want them to know, dude. Do you think they want us to know how to balance our checkbook? No, they want us to look on a screen and tell us how many credits we have for porn and how many credits we have for travel left and how many credits they're going to give us to leave our 15-minute cities and to have, you know what I mean? Like that's what it's going to be. And they've trained us to literally not think and go look it up, because whatever the other side of the screen tells you is truth. That's what they taught us to do, right? Like I understand that history. This isn't a boomer rant, okay? First of all, I'm a Gen Xer, but it's not a Gen X rant either. I remember memorizing dates. That's stupid, but it trained your brain to work in a certain way.
Yep.
It was like exercise, people. You know what I mean? You play the memory game for a reason, to keep it from atrophying, so you still learn how to think. No, I just look it up. Well, that doesn't fucking mean it's going to be right, man.
It's like using GPS every time you go somewhere, and that you know where you're going.
Dude,
I still remember my.
So this is kind of funny too, though.
I still remember.
But I also don't believe. Remember, BlackRock. They're gonna buy. They're not allowing. They're allowing you to buy blocks of land, I think. So they're just gonna buy up swaths of land and build their own shit, I think.
They did that.
Sounded like a. Yeah. Sorry. Good.
They did that in a town right next to ours. There's some company called like American Homes for All or some cool name like that. But they literally, BlackRock bought an entire plot of land, built like 30, 40 houses on it, and they all went up for rent. The whole neighborhood. They weren't selling any of them. And it's a small, like the town I'm talking about is small. It's a small town.
You will own nothing and you'll be happy.
Correct.
And that's crazy. Like I've got my place, and just in our backyard, we had an open plot, but now it's being filled by 2 stories. So now we're like basically in the shadow. It's really crazy. But I'm looking, I'm like, do I sell my house, or do I just rent it for the extraordinary amount of money I can get and just get another fucking mortgage? You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit anymore? You know?
Yep.
Like, the way it works is like it almost compels us to do the wrong thing, incentivizes us to do like the worst thing for the outcome, but it'll keep us safe. You know, it's almost like we want to eat the candy bar, but we're happy throwing the wrapper on the ground behind us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, so where are we at here? So what else we got? We got that. We went through housing. So I've got one more. I've got another guest, Mr. President again. He wasn't kind to our friend Massey. Now, I would Oh, go ahead, please.
No, I mean, since when is he? Like, that's almost how you know that Massey's being so effective is the more rent-free space he has in Trump's head. That, I mean, it's like, come on, man. The more Trump rants about Massey, the more you know Massey's like right on the spot.
It's totally true. Totally true. Once again, thank you everyone for jumping in. If you guys have any questions, like I said, feel free to jump in the chat here. We're talking about anything. So if anything comes up, if you have a topic you want us to discuss, we'll see if we can try to hash it out. This is with Massey, and this is the thing. We got Freedom Fest. You're coming. I'm going. We got a bunch of people. Free, Amity. We're trying to get a bunch of people going to Freedom Fest. We've got Valerie Durham jumping on our show the 18th of March, I think. And she's going to share with us all the awesome stuff, the guests and all the cool stuff. You meet amazing people there. But I met Massey right. There it is. I met Massey a few weeks after Rhonda's passing. And it was like first thing in the morning. And he came in. I said, sir, I just want to offer my condolences. And he looked at me and he said, I cried all night in the hotel, so I wouldn't cry today. And like that he was there, that he didn't have to be there. I just thought that was an amazing thing that he still came out for the people, even though he was personally hurting. And I thought that was great. Didn't get to see him last year, but I'm hoping this year, right? Come on.
I'm hoping he comes.
Come on,
this
Rep.
year.
Come on, Rep Massey. You got to come back out.
I'm going to use the big hook and drag him into our live booth and make him sit on a panel.
Please. We will do anything. Yeah, I'd love to have a conversation. I've got a great thing about him talking about how many nation states are in his phone. I think I shared that with you before, but maybe I'll pull that up again.
Kidnap him Guthrie style and bring him into the
Whoa. I think we just got YouTube, dude. I think now we got stricken. No, that's
let him rip.
That's in other news. Guthrie has still been kidnapped. They haven't found her, right? They still haven't found her or anything.
No, and again, like I haven't followed it close, but I did hear, and if this is wrong, I apologize. It's all alleged, I guess, but she had a pacemaker that's not responding. There was some sort of proof of life deadline that came and went. Her Apple Watch wasn't recognizing a pulse anymore. They were able to tap into that. So like Jack was, again, Jack Danger, shout out to Jack for having all this coverage, but he basically laid it out like for the case, to make the case that she's probably not with us anymore. And it was probably a kidnapping gone bad, and the worst thing happened, and now they're like, oh shit, what do we do? But again, I don't know enough about it to have an educated opinion. Jack really broke it down really good on Monday's Secret America show, so I would recommend go back and check that out. And he's got a show coming up tomorrow where they were talking about Epstein, and apparently, allegedly, giant capital A, allegedly, the Wayfair, the furniture company,
every home, yeah,
has some sort of dark secret of trafficking, and he's going to bring the receipts tomorrow, he said. So I'm going to check that out. I mean, it's like some things are shocking, but they still don't surprise me, if that makes sense. Like I'll be shocked for a second, like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming, but nothing surprises me. Nothing ever surprises me.
Yeah. So yeah, and once again, I've not followed it. It's a sad story, but like it obviously happened, but why am I going, boy, the mother of a national syndicated show that everyone would know just got kidnapped right when they're releasing these files and right when we're about to go to war. And I know that sounds fucking crazy anymore, but like, why wouldn't I lean that way?
And supposedly Savannah Guthrie was the first person who interviewed all of the Epstein victims on live TV too.
Are you serious? I had no idea. Oh my God.
What I'm saying.
Is that
go back and check it out. Jack connects the dots pretty well.
Check it out. I got to check Jack's stuff out every once in a while. But yeah, so here's a couple questions. A little broad, but what's going on with Qatar? Let me just tell you, Qatar owns America.
Right.
Without Qatar, they own every Qatar owns every politician. They got every politician in their pocket. No, I guess money laundering. Yeah, we money launder. I don't know. I don't really know anything about that. Any thoughts on money laundering in Qatar? Have you heard?
I don't. I mean, I don't know much about it. All I know is that Mark Levin, whatever.
What are you
Levin,
talking about, Mark Levin? What are you talking about? What do you mean? You're a crazy kook. God damn it. How dare you talk about him like that?
All I ever hear is him talking about Tucker Carlson with his cool nickname, the Tucker Carlson nickname.
Yeah, he must have come up with that one all night because he's not letting that one go.
He says it all the time. No, I really don't know much about it. I know that if I'm not mistaken, I think they donated the next Air Force One or
$400 million plane,
something like that, or loaned it. I don't know. We're gonna put a wrap on it so we don't have to pay.
We also have like an air base there that, you know what I mean? Like, duh. Oh, by the way, we have an air base there that Israel bombed while we were there. Remember when that happened? Remember?
I mean, that's, you know how I feel, man. Every single one of those bases should be closed.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's a great question from the audience, my friend, because we're not going to get to Massey yet, because this is from Derek. Share with me your whole ideology from like how you started, where you went, and blah, blah, blah. Go.
My ideology on everything?
Just your general, like, okay, obviously we know where you are, but not everybody knows where you are. Where did you start and how did you transition to that? And I've got a quicker one.
It's all fake, gay, and retarded. That's my philosophy on everything.
So time, experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, my parents, I'm a first generation American. My parents, you know, they're, let's put it this way. They're orderly people, being German. Yeah. So they lean toward the right, which makes sense, especially my mom escaping communism.
Did you say they lean toward the Reich or the right?
Yes. I'll say yes. I'll just say yes to that. And they escaped East Germany. So like they hated communism on top of it. So it's like a double whammy of like order. So when I came here, I was a neocon, man. I grew up, I had this Scud for You t-shirt at 16, you know, Kuwait, all of it. Fuck it. America, fuck yeah. Machine guns, flags, football, blowing shit up. Fuck it. Love it. And then like Iraq and all that shit happened. I enlisted, didn't get in the military, but I enlisted and was ready to go and die for this country. And then like, it's not like I knew of Ron Paul and all that stuff, and I was always independent, but I did have this more right-leaning philosophy because I thought it was true. I just thought that was the truth.
Yeah.
But it was lies, or it was at least contextually, you know, manipulated. So then as that happened, the more I got, and then I went from I went from neocon, I went basically to libertarian for one cycle, saw that humans are the problem in politics, and completely left because I'm like, the humans are the things that fuck all the systems up. So
now are you in the anarchy camp now with me?
Right. I'm just fuck it. I mean, it's useless, man. I mean, my black pill's about as managed as it can be. You don't see me sharpening razor blades or anything or loading magazines or anything, but
you don't need to sharpen them if they're already sharp.
Right. It's a black pill, right? I mean, come on. Like it is going to be very difficult without some snap for this to bend back in some salvageable way. So what are your thoughts on that?
No, I mean, I agree. I'm like 10th generation American, so I don't have the same story, but you know, we've talked about this before. Like I grew up in a very Republican house. My parents both loved Reagan. They were probably neocons under the current definition for sure. I was a rebel. I liked Bill Clinton. I went and saw Bill Clinton speak, and in high school, like my 12th grade government class, I went and saw his speech in.
Oh, very cool. He came to your school?
No, we did like a field trip and went and saw him speak at I think University of California, Santa Barbara.
Very cool though.
Like my 12th grade government class back when you used to actually study government.
Oh yeah, civics, right? Civics class or whatever.
Yeah, and then I met him again. Oddly enough, I shouldn't say again. Our class got to go up and like shake hands, meet him at the speech thing because we were some special group, you know, not special, but VIPs. And then I met him again in Venice Beach of all places when I was getting tattooed once. He was running down Venice Beach.
Was he getting one too?
No, he was running down with his Secret Service detail, like jogging on the beach. And I was outside, like in between getting tattooed, like taking a break, whatever, smoking a cigarette. And he comes running by and he stopped for some autographs and I went up and met him a second time. But that's all to say, like, I was very much the classical liberal, like the JFK liberal. You know, I'm very much like, I want everybody to be happy and succeed and thrive. And my naivete when I was younger was like, oh, well, the state can provide that, or you know, we collect, not communism wise, but like collectively we should be able to make sure that everybody does okay. I for sure was all about like universal health care at one point. Every bit of it. And it just took me seeing that, like you said, like humans are the problem, and watching everything be given away and watching nothing get better just really kind of opened my eyes to it, until we got to the last, 5-6 years, where I realized, like, oh, it's all fake, gay, and retarded, and the state is the problem. The state needs to go away, and there's nothing that the federal government does that private industry can't do better, and it has no purpose, has no point. So I'm full on anarchist at this point, but the peaceful anarchist, like the grow in a garden, leave me the fuck alone anarchist, not the Sex Pistols anarchy in the UK. So there you go.
The fact is private still does the work. It just gets contracted by the government. It's like the whole Morodes argument, right? No, we need a leaky fucking bucket to take 20% off the top before we can actually do it. It's like, no
bid contract.
Also, peace is prosperous. War is only profitable for a select few. So let's have peace and prosperity. The government, to your point, remember, they could provide. And then you realize, like, that epiphany of, holy shit, they don't make anything. They don't provide. They just steal and fucking redistribute after taking a cut.
Yep.
And then the cuts get, more, right? That bucket gets leakier. It's the bigger the bucket, the leakier it gets. Like, and how can that possibly sustain itself if it creates the problems that it intends to solve every time? It just doesn't make sense.
It's like, when you're younger and your dad's got a bottle of whiskey and you steal some, so you put a little bit of water in it. And then you go back another time, you steal a little bit more, you put a little bit more water in it. At a certain point, that's not whiskey anymore. That's water with a little whiskey in it. And that's where we're at.
You're right.
That's where our monetary system is. That's where our rights are. That's where our accountability is. Like, it's all watered down to the point it's meaningless. It's all meaningless at this point. So there's your happy thought for the day. But rolling into your master clip that you had.
All right, we got that. But then here, I just want to know, am I allowed to use the term Jew? Because I don't even know, but is a Jewish person with a tattoo a bad thing? Are you not allowed to, like, do something to your skin, like defile? I didn't know if that's a thing. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. King Solomon, here, how about this one? King Solomon. Huh? I don't even know what that is. But all right, on to Massey. Here's the Trumpster trumpeting off about our good
here we go.
It's an automatic no. No matter what. If we did welfare reform, if we did the greatest thing in history for religion, no matter what we did, no matter how good it is, greatest tax cuts, and we just did the greatest tax cuts in history. He voted against. He voted. Now, no matter what we do, this moron, no matter what it is, we could put them all together. I think, Mike, what would you say the top 5 things? Name them. We'll put them in one bill, and we'll put them before we'll get 100% vote, except for this guy named Thomas Massey. There's something wrong with him. We call him Rand Paul Jr. It's like they just vote no. They love voting no. They think it's good politically. The guy's polling at about 9%. It's not good.
It's definitely not 9%.
No, it is not. Did you see what I posted with Laura Ingraham on X?
Yeah.
Where she posted about Trump's 66%. And I'm like, Massey won 99% of the vote in his district.
What do you expect, though? And that's the thing, is like, he doesn't vote no because the main topic is bad. He votes no because of all the shit that gets stuffed into it. He votes no on the tax cuts because it has a bunch of welfare and a bunch of entitlements crammed into it that make that debase the currency farther and raising flag. I mean, I don't have to defend him. He can defend himself, and he's doing a good job. But it's like the problem is like the low information, dumb voter who is either just red cap, whatever Trump says goes, MAGA, hoorah, or the low, like the passing voter, like watching CNN at the airport or something. Like the problem is there's so many of those people, and the messaging against Massey has been fairly effective. Like there's a lot of people who think that he's a Democrat because it's like, if you really look into what he votes against, the man has the most like principled voting record since Ron Paul. And the fact that he's Rand Paul Jr. too is really silly, because like Rand Paul and him are about the same age. Like if anything, he's Ron Paul Jr., but that just shows it doesn't matter what Trump just pulls stuff out of his ass, man. That's all he does.
It's hilarious, man. And it's so funny. You get people like, I'll call out Sean Farash, who does, by the way, Sean Farash does an amazing Trump impression, but he's like a Philadelphia guy. But you hear him talk and he's like, he tries to destroy. So his Trump impression got him in with the right, clearly, right? Obviously, because it was such a good impression. I'm like, this guy's going to get captured and he's going to be one of these talking heads. He seems really smart now, but he's going to just be that, just a hand up his ass being a puppet. So I'm watching this and he starts talking about like something that Massey put on the floor, vote on the floor. I'm like, yeah, because he wants you to fucking vote on it, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
He pushes shit through so you vote on it, because he wants you to vote on it. So your name is attached to the shit that you fucking say. That's why.
That's the craziest part, is like, obviously Trump and his whole administration, back to Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, all these, the deputy attorney general, they're all involved in covering up all this Epstein stuff. Massey and Ro Khanna have uncovered so much. I mean, that's obviously why the ire and all the hate is pointed at him. And anybody who's got a third grade education that's paying even half attention can see that. But the problem is they're not paying attention. I still think Massey's going to win, which, we need him in Congress. And I wish he represented my district, but I'm well past that. But he's going to win.
Ideologically, I'm sure Ed Gallerin can be destroyed if they ever had a debate, which I don't see that happening, right? You don't see
I wish they would.
Right. I can't imagine.
Ed Gallerin blocked me because I pointed out that he had 3 people at one of his rally, and 2 of them were the ones putting the rally on.
That's great. But the point is, like, I've heard him speak. And just as a general guy, if you walked in, the guy seems competent, right? Like, he is an somewhat accomplished guy with a decent background. That's what's scary about that, is that you could, shoehorn a guy who seems somewhat normal, right?
Yeah, you could.
Anyway. Yeah, that'll do it. Peterson was one of them, but Peterson now has done full circle, right? His work with the Daily Wire. So his 12 rule, maps of meaning, brilliant work. It's so deep and so whatever.
The 12 rules.
12 rules of chaos. Those are phenomenal books about how young lost men without any direction, any leadership, they could look to that and actually have some inspiration. I've seen what he's done to people. I went to one of his things. I went on election night 2022. He was in Phoenix, and the line of people about lives he's changed, or you know what I mean? I get that's real, but then he fucking does his other thing. So I'll let you opine about Mr. Peterson.
Well, I mean, I rip on religion enough, but I think after he had his issue with the benzos, I think it was, and came back from that, like, it's a typical, and it's not to knock it. I don't mean to be pejorative to anybody, but to me, like, it looks like he had this moment of weakness. He was struggling with something. He finds Jesus, and then he turns all of his energy that would have been put into the negative part into the Jesus stuff, gets the job with the Daily Wire, starts dressing like Two-Face. And then he's basically kind of become this like low-key preacher, and like he's got all these series out about. And look, I respect the man. He's brilliant. He wrote the back when he was a clinical doctor. I think I told you this. he wrote the paper on low latent inhibition, which is what I have. And he's a brilliant man, and I don't think his brilliance is wasted on this, but I think he's isolated a lot of people who don't subscribe to the same kind of belief system. And he was much more effective, I think, when he was just talking about things that were broadly universally accepted, like the 12 rules and all that kind of stuff, before it had the Jesus twist on it. And again, I don't knock him. I noticed like he hasn't been back on Rogan. There's places he hasn't gone. He kind of went.
Not since he called for guardrails to be put on. Oh, Joe, where do you see you putting guardrails on speech? Sometimes you just got to have guardrails.
He went full Sam Harris, but the other way, like the opposite of Sam Harris.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too. It started with, mine started with the anti-theist people. Mine started with the Four Horsemen. It would start with Sam Harris. What's his name? Gosh darn it. Hitchens, Dennett, and
Chris
Sam.
Hitchens.
Yeah, Chris Hitchens, Hitch, right? Dennett, Sam Harris, and the British guy, Dawkins, Richard Dawkins.
Richard Dawkins, yeah.
Yeah, so brilliant. Once again, Sam Harris was brilliant, at least initially when it seemed that way. And then when it got exposed, you're like, oh God, there's nothing behind what you say. There's like literally nothing behind what you say. You just say things in a slow, measured way. Therefore, people will listen to you. And that is Coleman Hughes, by the way. Coleman Hughes is the new right who talks so quietly, yet you should believe it because it's spoken so measured. So we should murder innocent children and women. Anyway, just a thought on that. Let's see. What else you got? Anything in the chat here? Christian, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a Christian. I wouldn't be able to speak to that. Libertarian from my area. Live free and die. Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, Peterson too actually is a liberal. Peterson is a liberal. People do not know this. Matt, the rules of order are just common fucking sense.
I mean, maybe
they're
he's not
like
now.
leftist or rightist. You know what I mean? They're conservative in the way that they worked and they're tried and true traditions. You know what I mean? You have to put on your oxygen mask before you can put on the other person's. Clean your room, right? Like all these things are so universally you know what I mean? So what's great about it, he does collect that. And then what I do like is when you say the religious thing, he does come at it from a non-necessarily religious thing, but he's a bitch about it. He's a pussy. Because he's like, oh, I don't know if I believe in God when you say what God means, but maybe the thing about the value of the Christianity is great. You just go there and it's crazy, man.
That might be your best impression yet, by the way.
I got a decent, yeah. My Jordan Peterson's pretty on. I've been working on that one for a long time. Anyway, oh, sorry.
That's good. You got to get a little bit more Kermit the Frog in there, but it's really
Kermit the Frog. I can do Kermit the Frog. How about that? Sabrina Carpenter going on Kermit the Frog and like dirty joking on Muppet Show. And you're like, there's a new Muppet Show. And Sabrina Carpenter decides to go on. So for all you single men out there, please feel free to. I still don't understand music anymore. I completely have lost like the last probably year of music. I probably haven't heard.
I was having a conversation about this the other day when it comes to music. Obviously, as you know, like it's one of the things I feel passionate about. And I was talking to somebody who's saying something about kids coming up, like trying to make it, like the American Idol stuff. And I was like, I think all that's gone. Like all that stuff is done because AI has already been able to create good. Some of it's really good. Like the stuff that Rogan's played a bunch, the Shifty Brent stuff is really good, but it's covers of stuff that exists. But there's stuff that I've got I don't know if I shared this with you. There's a record company called Moist Records. And if you look at Spotify, YouTube Music, any of those, they have a giant catalog of like X-rated songs, but they're all AI. And it's like featuring Taylor Swift and Bolly Tartan and like, but they do like they're the most X-rated. They're hilarious. I play them at full volume. But my point is like for the people that really truly care about live music, that want to see the art and want to see the performance, you're always going to have a small sect of people who care about that, who want to hear a real human being, who want to go watch them perform. But for the casual person who's got the radio on in their office during the day, for the majority of people who just consume music casually, I really think that this AI music is going to kind of scratch the itch. And I don't think there's going to be a giant market for people to become musical superstars really much anymore. I mean, you're going to have your popular people to go watch and go see live, and it's going to have a buzz about who this person's amazing. Go see, you got to catch them live. But I just think your average consumption of music is changing so dramatically to what AI can put out, that the days of like, you know, Star Search and The Voice and American Idol, like I think that's gone. I think it's done.
I think you're right. And what's crazy? Well, yeah, I'll finish on that. Did you see the Star Search thing with Britney Spears?
No.
Bro. All right, we'll talk after this. But it's so funny. You didn't even know this was going to happen. I actually did have this queued up today, and I actually clipped it, but I didn't add it because I thought it'd be a waste. But you talk about AI music. I made a song with AI. I think we should play it. I want to share it because this is about our good friend, and it's in the title. So I'm not even going to mention who it is, but how would you like to hear the world premiere of the If by Whiskey AI version, rap version? You know what? I'll let it speak for itself. I'll just let it do itself.
Yeah. You think we don't see you? We see everything. Yeah. Talk tough on the mic, all bark, that's it. Online guard dog, bought cheap counterfeit. Every show, same script, same fake rage fit. Loud for the cameras, quiet where the stain sit. You point at the sky while the kids get hurt. You dance for a check, drag truth through dirt. Big badge, small spine, that's your brand. Shake hands with creeps, wash blood in the sand. Bongino, bitch. You always switch, acting like a cop, but you ride for the rich. Bongino, bitch. Tongue stay stitched when it comes to kids. You protect that click. Bongino, bitch. You flinch, you fold, covering the worst just to keep your gold. Bongino, bitch. That mask too thin, say you fight monsters while you let them in. You yell law and order when it's poor kids' moms, but you freeze on the spot when it's suits in the palms. Files go missing, you just shrug, move on. Whole lot of smoke, never light where it belongs. You sell fake fear, that subscriber drip. Blue check mercenary, brand on the stick, name drop justice. Every time you're on cam, but your silence writes letters to the wolves you slam.
Bro,
isn't that fucking amazing? I just typed in like the most basic thing.
That's my point. You're proving my point.
Right, that's my point.
You always switch, acting like a cop, but you ride for the rich. Bongino, bitch. Tongue stay stitched when it comes to kids. You protect that click. Bongino, bitch. You flinch, you fold, covering the worst just to keep your gold. Bongino, bitch.
Yeah, I'm telling you that's where we're already there. I'm not even saying we're not even headed.
Agree.
We're there.
But I do think there will be room, and we're talking sliver of room for what I'll call artisanal podcasts, artisanal music, where it's literally handmade, right? You're going to have like one or two brilliant violinists, cellists, like a Yo-Yo Ma that will be flown around the world to be serving all the rich people who can afford that. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure,
while they pump out the commercial shit to us, right? So there will be the niche, but to your point, I can't imagine music other than like I'm the guy who plugged it into the AI. So like I'm like, I guess the DJ. Could it be like Skrilla or Tiesta? Maybe is that what maybe the future of musicians are going to be?
I don't know. I mean, anybody who can write a prompt really can I mean, like my dad's 72 years old. He sent me a song last night that he had made for my stepmom for like their anniversary. And it's like, you know, the typical corny love songs, but like her name's like it's something a 72-year-old man made with AI, and it's not terrible. And so it's like, if he can do it, yeah.
And here's the rub. Go ahead, Jake.
No, I was just gonna say, and I can
go ahead and read that. Read that comment there.
Yeah, no, it is better than the real thing, and I do agree with you. Younger people are screwed for jobs, and basic income. I don't know.
That's where we get fucked. Because, dude, come on, man. You're gonna be on that. You're literally be handed food to mouth from government. Does anyone see a problem here? Does anyone see a problem here?
I'm not for that, but I will say, if you go back to the Moist records, and I don't know if they're copyrighted, so I can't play them.
No, that's the thing. That's why the only reason I played the Bongino.
Such amazing hits as "Nut in My Butt Like a Gentleman," "Jackhammer My Bean with Your Tongue Till I Squirt Across the Room."
Wait, I thought the reach around was a gentlemanly thing, not the nutting in the butt.
"Come Eat My Peach." I mean, these are bangers. They're bangers.
They're literal bangers. Literal.
And I'm telling you, like, some of them are done in like doo-wop, like 60s style.
Oh, I love that. And the parodies are the best. They're like,
shoebox,
stick it in my butt,
dude,
double it up.
They're so good. They're so good. Great. And the lyrics are like predictable, but they're still hilarious. I'm telling you, this is where we're at.
I agree. But there is one other. I must point to an Instagram, and I don't remember who it is. Maybe I'll post it again, but they play Toad's.
Oh, no way.
They post it every day on Instagram. They post a video of him playing the HH Kanye West song Ukulele Style every day, and it has millions of views. Millions every day. Just one time he posts it, or whoever the account is, they post it. It's freaking hilarious. I'll look for it and I'll send it to you. It's just funny. Literally, it's just Toad on the whole screen, like the exact. it's so fun. People are crazy. Anyway, shout out. So next week, Horton. Then we've got Brent Freeman. By the way, Brent is on right now live with Adam Heyman.
Wow.
I was able to connect them. Yeah, so I was able to connect them. I'm going to be jumping over there next. Probably try to jump in, see if I can jump on their not jump in the show, but check out their chat. But Aiming Up Podcast is what that's called. He's with Heyman right now. Next week, Scott, and then we have Rob Yates and Brent, right, on the 25th.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I don't even know what we're probably gonna do consciousness, but we'll probably just talk in general terms about that because we haven't all talked about it. So I'm real excited about that. Then we've got Suzanne on the 4th, correct? Suzanne Sherman.
Yes.
And then Andrew Heaton on the 11th. And then we've got gosh darn it.
We got
Valerie. We've got Valerie Lee. Yeah, Valerie Lee, formerly Valerie Durham from Freedom Fest on the 18th. And then we've got openings and then Amity on the 1st. So the 25th, we're going to probably break down that Andrew Wilson, Dave Smith.
Yeah.
Cause like, dude, like I said, I'm 30 minutes in and I could clip 28 minutes of it right now.
I want to go over that for sure.
So it'll be fun, man. It'll be good. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Jake, any final words, any other topic before we call it a day? Anything else you wanted to share?
No, man. It's like going to the gym. Like when you don't want to go, you go to the gym and you're like, oh, I feel better after doing it. I always enjoy myself doing these shows.
I felt weird last night already. And then seeing the cancellation was like, oh. And then this morning I was like, we'll make it work, whatever. And then the other one canceled, and I'm like, oh. So I wasn't sure how it's going to work, but you know what? This one turned out pretty good.
We always make do, man. That's all we need.
Yeah. Well, we always think worse than it actually is at times. So thank you everyone for joining us. It's been another If by Whiskey. Anything else, Jake, before we say bye-bye?
Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this Wednesday night. This has been If by Whiskey, and we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening.
Subscribe to If by Whiskey. Fuck Liberty Lockdown. Subscribe to this show.
Nunca más.